I just had the wildest conversation about child support with another woman. We've been friends for almost 20 years, and normally she's very supportive of feminist causes, but recently she started dating this new guy. So apparently, new guy has 3 kids with 2 different women and pays out over $1,000 a month in child support. She didn't specify how much over. Friend is complaining to me about how the ex-wife with 2 kids is going out tonight to celebrate NYE with his money. The following conversation is obviously paraphrased because I don't recall exact wording, but you get the idea. Me, what do you mean, with his money? Did he give her extra cash to go party tonight? Her, no, he gave her his child support when she dropped the kids off on Friday, so she's obviously spending that on herself since she doesn't even have the kids this weekend. Me, does she not have a job? Her, yeah, she works over at receptionist at local dock office, but the point is, he's stuck at home with the kids while she's out partying on his child support. Me, how do you know it's not her money? Her, because he just paid her? Me, yeah, but she has a job, so. Her, interrupting me, no, I don't think you understand. If she can afford to go out drinking on New Year's, then she obviously doesn't need child support, does she? And if she can't afford it, she's got no business spending his money on herself. Me, oh, I see. So I guess that means he's never taken you out on a date or gone out drinking or has any hobbies or does anything for himself, since all of his money is supposed to only be for the kids, right? Her, no, he can do whatever he wants with his own money. Me, but she can't? Her, no, because it's his money. Me, so, let me see if I have this straight. They both work and have separate households, separate bills, but only one of them is allowed to go have fun on their child-free weekends because for some reason she's never, ever allowed to spend her money on herself? Do you honestly believe the $650 he pays once a month for their shared children is somehow paying for her rent and groceries, and lights and gas and insurance and all the other costs she pays every month having the kids full-time? At this point, she says she's got another phone call and cuts me off. The whole thing started because she's upset about not getting to go out for NYE with him, since this is his weekend with 2 of his kids. It just floored me that she thinks it's okay for him to go out and spend money however he wants, but the ex-wife is evil for doing the same thing. The ex isn't a charity case asking for money to survive. She's allotted money to help raise that man's children. Your friend is twisting it into something it's not. This is a viewpoint I would be perfectly okay losing a friendship over. What an idiot. Wow. He's playing your friend like a fiddle, huh? Your friend is lining up to be baby mama number 3 and is drinking the Kool-Aid to get there. There isn't going to be much child support left to collect, and I suspect she'll have more empathy then. Anytime I hear another woman complaining about child support, it's always because the man she's shacking up with has a family he's abandoned and has to legally provide for. They're mad because that money won't be spent on them, and those custody weekends aren't spent doing what they want to do. They will never consider the mother's perspective because they see children as a punishment. Girl, bye. If you don't want to deal with the kids, don't date a man who has kids. Child support would ideally be the non-custodial parent's share of the costs of raising the kids they helped create. Not really about it being his money or her money, it's about making sure the other parent doesn't flake on sharing responsibility for the kids. Maybe she shouldn't be with someone who has kids, since she can't wrap her mind around what being a parent entails. How selfish of her. She should be happy that the kids get to spend time on a holiday with their dad. Oh man, my ex had this logic too. He thought the court would reduce his child support because I inherited a house with no mortgage. So I asked if it were him living rent-free at his parents' would I be able to ask for more support? That pretty much shut that down. If someone dislikes this type of situation, there is a simple solution. Don't date parents. Kids require a ton of resources, so if your genius friend has a problem with this, She should break up with the guy and date someone without kids. No one stands up for a deadbeat dad harder than his new girlfriend. I'm sorry, but your friend sounds like a wicked stepmother in the making. Doesn't want the kids to have money and is pissed their dad is spending time with them. This relationship was recent, so it's brand new, and she's already interfering with his relationship with his kids. It's not his money. It's not her money. It's the kids' money. It's the kids' right. A lot of people can't seem to wrap their head around that. Wow. So her boyfriend is being a parent on New Year's Eve, she's mad because the ex gets a break and she didn't get to go out. I hope she is not mean to his kids because she is eating up his bullshit. It's sad how many women lose their feminist ideals when they date that kind of guy. I mean, I'm sure there's a few women out there who really do blow through the child support money in a reckless way, but so far I've never known one like that. I know 3 single moms and all of them bust their butts while the guys do basically nothing for the kids. I've never been a single mom myself, but I immediately check out whenever a guy or his new partner starts up whining about child support. I immediately lose all respect for them unless they have some serious receipts to back it up. Sometimes the story has a side plot that's more important than the main storyline. She is angry that she can't go out on NYE with her BF, and she is jealous that his ex can. Logic and feminism are not part of this story, IMO. My ex and his GF refused to pay child support because I benefited from it. My response: yes, I benefit from knowing my children have a warm coats and food to eat. SMH. No enlightening people who have another agenda. I'm divorced with 2 kids. I pay $1,200 a month in child support, and I pay it happily. It's not my money, it's not my ex-wife's money. It's my children's money. My kids want for nothing at either household. If they were, it'd be a discussion worth having. Since they're not my business what my ex and her husband do on my weekends with the kids. This would be the end of my friendship. You get to be disappointed it's his weekend with the kids. That's where it ends. This is absolute hateful, misogynistic bullshit. The children are entitled to that money. Any halfway reasonable woman would realize it covers a bit more than what they eat. And mom's time is her own when dad's got custody. You were gentle this time. If there is ever a next time, I'd just hang up on her. Talking shit about partners' co-parents is never a good look, but this is appalling. What did I just read? Does she think all single moms who receive child support need to, or deserve to be in poverty or something? Child support is intended for the child, and as a bonus, it helps make the financial burden more equal so as to hopefully prevent single mothers from entering poverty, kids being so expensive, and all. Guess who benefits from that too with regards to the socio-economic status? The child. Unfortunately, many single mothers are poor anyway, which isn't helped by the fact that a proportion of fathers don't pay the set amount. And how she says stuck at home with the kids. You mean he has to be responsible for his own kids? I can't believe she is so entitled and immature that she's jealous of children she chose to be a second priority to. Sounds more like an ex-friend to me. Your friend is an example of why we women need to decenter men as much as possible, because it warps basic reasoning. Well, now you know she's an idiot. Imagine dating a guy who is grousing about paying child support, and hinting he wishes he could control how his ex spends her time as a human, and then spending your time carrying that fetid water to a conversation with your own friend. Good for you for calling her out. Your friend sounds like an idiot. I'm sure the boyfriend is feeding her all this information and influencing her. I once dated a guy who had 2 kids with his ex and would complain about her spending the money on herself, and their kids were always clean and well fed, so that money was obviously going to the children. Just because you have kids doesn't mean you never use your own money on your own needs once. Misogyny, it ain't just for men. And I'm out. We can reconnect when she drops the loser.